Hey guys, Dave from Call On Gamers here to give me and Chris's, pretty much introducing me and Chris's scariest games of all times. Um, Chris, of course, picked Resident Evil 2, as you're going to see right now. My personal favorite is Doom 3. Awesome, 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 awesome game, in my opinion. Anyway, here's the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Take care.
Alright guys, let's get into this already. So, cool. Konnichiwa everybody, this is Chris from Calling Out Gamers. We're doing a Halloween special for survival horror games, or just horror games in general. So David and I are doing two different games. I'm going to be talking about Resident Evil 2, and David is going to be talking about Doom. So yeah, I'm just going to talk about why I like Resident Evil 2, maybe a little bit of background history. Not so much. I think everybody knows pretty much everything about Resident Evil 2 now, like who is in the game, who made the game, and when it came out, and whatnot and whatnot. Blah, blah, blah. I think we all know about that. Pretty much just want to talk about why I like the game, how I got into the game, and when I got the game, if I can recall so much. Right now, there's probably footage of Resident Evil 2 on the background right now. It's I think it's the Nintendo 64 version or the Dreamcast version. I'm not sure. Sorry. But I'm actually recording this separately. But yeah, so I'm actually playing the game as I'm talking about Resident Evil, because I'd rather just talk about the game while I'm playing the game, because it'll be kind of boring if I'm just talking about it. Like, I want to play the game as I'm talking about it to get the whole experience. So yeah, blah 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 blah, let's just get into it. So yeah, Resident Evil 2, one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, that's a bold statement to say, but it is my favorite game. Best Capcom game, best horror game, and best survival horror game. So I guess that's in the same title, whatever. I remember getting this game like in '99. I think I got this game around 1999. The PlayStation didn't come out until 1997, and this game didn't come out until 1998, January 21st, 1998. And I think the Nintendo 64 version came out on Halloween, October 31st, 1999. But I got this game 1999 on the PlayStation. First game that I got. Eventually, then I also got Metal Gear, but that's going to be a whole different thing. But bam, I don't know why I like this game more than Resident Evil. Usually there's people who like Resident Evil more than Resident Evil 2, just because Resident Evil was the first one, and it had, Chris, and it had Jill, and you were in a mansion, and it had the worst acting ever, the worst best acting ever. But that's Capcom. They could always hire better actors, but I think their budget was more on the gameplay mechanics and the engine of the game, but whatnot. But I mean, I remember playing Resident Evil and being fucking scared out of my mind when I was a little kid playing that game. But I remember, like, my cousin and I were playing that game like at midnight, trying to pass it. Yeah, I probably couldn't sleep at night just because of the whole zombies and the hallway. I need to go to the bathroom and whatnot. But I remember reading Electronic Gaming Monthly, EGM, reading an article about Resident Evil 2, the sequel to Resident Evil. I'm like seeing the cover of it for the first time, which was like the 2 logo with the Resident Evil, and then like the zombie right behind it, which was the North America version. I think the PAL version, and I think even the Japanese version was like a just Resident Evil 2 in like big bold red letters, and then it has like a zombie on the background. So that was pretty cool seeing that. I mean, I kind of wanted that cover, but I appreciate the cover that we have now. But I mean, this game was almost similar to Resident Evil, with the whole, fixed camera, almost pretty much the same kind of graphics. Maybe a little bit more tuned up, just because it was a newer game. But yeah, other than that, just what I liked about it was the whole creep factor of the music. The music, just like each room almost either had different kind of music, or no music, which actually even made it more scary, just because you don't know, like, I think if there's music, it's like, okay, you're kind of safe, but depending on the kind of music, like Save Room had the save room music, which was safe and calm. It relaxed you until you entered a different room or hallway, whatever. I think when it was pretty much like no music in a room, that's what made it creepier. That's what made it scarier, just because like something's gonna pop out of the window or out of like I know in I think and there was an interrogation room. Either if you go play as Claire first or Leon, usually you need a key to get in. I don't know. I think it was a spade key. I'm not really sure, or a club key. But you needed a key to get in, and when you get in, you're on the other side. There's an interrogation room. You can see the reflective glass, the reflective like mirror. You can see like a little sparkle, meaning you need the next key to get in. So as you're gonna get out, I think a liquor pops out. So that's what made it scary. Like when there's no music in there, you know something's gonna happen, pop out. Yeah, but this game had it all. It just had it had your indoor, it had your outdoor, and it had your underground. So it was mixed with survival horror. You need to survive, and with the horror elements and with the whole just like action oriented. Until you met up with I think you met up a little bit with Claire almost at the end, but then you had Ada there too with the whole kind of, in a sense, kind of helping you out. Yeah, I don't know what scenes are popping up right now, but I can tell you where I'm at right now is where I just am gonna encounter the liquor for the very first time. I remember seeing that window, and then the liquor passing by, and then you enter through the hallway, and then you just see the liquor just look at you. Well, I don't know if he has eyes, but he senses you, and he just sticks his tongue out, and it just pops out. I think I counted 3 shots for the shotgun to kill it, and 12 shots with a handgun to kill it. I think it just needs a couple swipes, and you're dead from him. Yeah, those were a pain in the ass to kill, especially as you get deeper at the end of the game, where, yes, I do need a herb, I'll take that. Especially when you encounter like those organic kind of liquors, the ones that are made at kind of like plant form base. Yeah, those were a pain in the ass to kill. You need to kill those with, I think, with the flamethrower or acid rounds that would kill it right away. If you're using a regular shotgun or a handgun, good luck. You know, so much ammo to kill. Those guys were a lot more stronger. But yeah, just what I loved about this game is just made it even more creepier. It's going through like the little rooms, and then like when you cut the corner, when you go through a corner, the angle changes, so you don't know what's gonna pop out. And also going through the freaking doors, you enter the door, the background is black with the door right being in the middle. Sometimes, because I know there's sometimes where a zombie will pop out or just nothing will pop out, just plain door, opening all in black. You don't know what's gonna be in there. That's what made it scary. Also, like the puzzles and the imagery, like the weird paintings that they had, made it kind of creepy. But let alone the music was just amazing on this game. Amazing. And Shinji Mikami is amazing. His direction that he had just throughout this game. I know he changed this game a couple times, but I think like the first couple times it was more action than survival. So I'm glad he kept it to this original, to this formula, which made it scary. I was thinking maybe they should have just made Resident Evil 6 like with this fixed camera angle. I think that would have been a lot better, a lot more scarier, less action. You know what? That game should have just been all Leon, man. Because Leon's Resident Evil 6 gameplay was probably the best. Alright. I mean, the puzzles are also pretty cool, too. I always love the puzzles in this game. But yeah, no. What also made me really attracted to this game was just, like, the character Leon. Just, you didn't really you didn't really know so much about him, but you got to know him as you play the game. You know, he was a rookie cop. Probably his big first case or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, but pretty much this is just my favorite game in general. It's just, like, of all time. And I love so many different games. I'm a huge fan of Metal Gear. I love Street Fighter. I love Castlevania. You know, I can say I'm a big Capcom guy. But yeah, so this is just my, little Halloween thing that we want to talk about. Shit, and there's a lot of zombies right here. As I'm exiting out of this room, I need to go upstairs. I love when you shoot them on their waist and they split in half, but they're still crawling. Like this zombie's just right in the corner. Shotgun just does the trick, guys. So I do need the herb. So yeah, as I'm going, I know this probably not the same footage as I'm talking about, but yeah. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll leave it like that. Great game. If you can buy it on the GameCube or whatever version you have, just try to. If you have a 64, get it on the 64. Probably not the best version. Not even the PlayStation is the best version. If you have the PlayStation 3, download it on the PlayStation Network. That's all you can do. Unless you want to spend so much getting the Dreamcast version, which is probably the best version to buy. David actually has almost all versions. Yeah, actually he has GameCube, the PS, he has Dreamcast. Yeah, hell, I think they even has it on the PC as well, but I know they had a PC version of this too. But yeah, so yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and David's will be up, or I'll be up right next. So yeah, well, have a good one. Bye.
Thank you very much, Chris. That's Chris's personal accounts and his own insight on Resident Evil 2. I really didn't think you should have been pointing out all the versions I have. But thanks again for flaunting my my collection here. I do have a habit of buying the same game on multiple consoles. But as you're about to see, even in this game that I love so much, or the franchise I love so much, Doom 3, man, I have it on multiple. I have it on both. Well, I have it on PC, original Xbox, and PS3, and I'm pretty sure I'm thinking about getting it on the Xbox 360. But that's for a later time. Now, Doom 3 to me, like it really creeps me out. It totally scares me, and this is what this video is all about. Not really a review. I think I'll give a review of this game later, but it's more of what what's it about that has that horror element in my mind. For one, I gotta say, when I first heard about this game, I don't know, it was probably 2002. I saw like clips and video online about it. I think John Carmack was talking about how they're working on Doom 3, and they're showing a little bit of a few clips here and there on some of the character models for the demons, and I thought that looked like freaking badass. There was some hype going on that, or some backlash from some longtime Doom fans that they didn't like how the imps looked. They should look more original to like Doom 1 or Doom 2. But I don't know. I personally thought that Doom 3 was going to turn out to be great. Doom 3 actually finally was released on August 4th, 2004. And of course I heard down the line, as it was being developed, that an original Xbox version was going to be made. And I thought, oh, cool. At the time when it was released on when it was released on PC, I thought that my PC pretty much had the same specs as the original Xbox. A little bit better. I think it was a Intel Pentium 4, 2.5 gigahertz, an old school NVIDIA graphics card that had the same, more or less the same graphical capabilities as an original Xbox. And I was thinking, yeah, you know what, I'm pretty sure I could run Doom 3 on that kind of computer. Man, I was wrong. I actually bought this I bought Doom 3 beforehand, and then when I look at the minimum requirements, it was nowhere near. My computer was nowhere near the the low end requirements to play Doom 3, and I was a little saddened and opened the game and I couldn't return it because I opened the game and I'm like, ah, damn it. Anyway, fast forward to like, I don't know, a few months later, it was released on the original Xbox, and it was something new to me. Doom 3 was something new, and it was scary. I gotta tell you, this game, no game before it, no Resident Evil, no Silent Hill, no game before it scared me as much as Doom 3. I was literally, there were periods of time, soon after I bought the game, that I was actually literally afraid to play it. But my financial situation at the time didn't allow me to buy any other games, so I was kind of forced to play it. Oh man. And I don't, I don't regret, I don't regret I don't regret like forcing myself playing it, because it is an awesome scary experience. For one, it's not as fast. Now that's the thing that makes it a little bit scary. It's not as fast as the first two Dooms. Doom 3, of course, is a remake, or is basically a reboot of Doom 1. Everything takes place on Mars, hellish invasion, all this stuff happens, and you're pretty much relying on your flashlight and kind of guessing where a demon's gonna pop up out of nowhere, and you have to keep an eye out, especially in corridors, because they will teleport in front of you, behind you. You gotta keep your ear out. I think that's why no music was included in the actual levels, is because you really need to hear your surroundings. There'll be little creepy things, like you can hear little hissing sounds of imps, or you can hear the mumbled radio chatter of the Marines. And believe it or not, although it does creep you out and surprise you, it does actually help you survive through the game, which is key. Another thing, though, is how hell itself looks. Like halfway through the game, a bit of a spoiler, but anyone that's played Doom pretty much saw this coming. Halfway through the game, you will actually arrive in hell, and that place is like, wow. They really turn. It's a really awesome sight, like this hellish dimension, really cavernous, flames, lava, pretty much how you think hell might look like. That's how hell looks like. It totally creeped me out. When I got to that point, I really didn't want to play, but I had to, because I needed to see more. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see what happened. Ultimately, you beat the game, you fight the cyber demon, and it keeps all that stuff. It keeps everything that made the first two Dooms great. Pretty much the interesting looking monsters, really creative or really standout levels. But man, things like just surprise you. They jump out at you. Things are hiding in the darkness. If you don't have your flashlight on, the only thing you'll see in the darkness are like two red eyes, and that, either from certain demons or from zombies. It's a totally creepy experience. You could pick this game up on either Steam, Xbox 360 on the BFG edition, PS3 on the BFG edition, the original Xbox, and PC. Although I would probably say pick it up on PC more, because I don't know on the. I'm not sure if this is true for the original or for the Xbox 360, but on a PS3, I do see some screen tearing a little bit. It's not really a big issue, but it is somewhat noticeable, or it could be the TV I'm using. Who knows? The original Xbox version runs at a half the frames a second, but for it to actually appear on the original Xbox is pretty awesome. Excuse me. And of course, you could pick it up on PC. I don't think you could probably any PC made in recent years could pretty much run this game. The first time I played this game on PC, I was using a 4350 ATI graphics card with 4 gigs of RAM, with dual core processor. Pretty much the standard of today. That's able to run Doom 3. Anyway, this is David from Calling All Gamers, telling you to have a happy Halloween. And like always, catch y'all later. Have a good one.